So during these quarantine times, I see online and stuff people posting about different projects they're getting into to help keep themselves sane. My guest today, his name is Charlie Rono, and he felt the need, the urge, the calling to create what he is calling Sexy Man Madness. What is Sexy Man Madness? Well, I'll let him explain it in detail, but to put it short, since there was no March Madness this year because of the coronavirus, Charlie and his friends took it upon themselves to create a 64-man bracket and hold an online tournament via online surveys to determine who the sexiest man alive is. The tournament is still going on right now, so I guess I'll put links if you want to go participate. I believe they are in the Elite 8 round right now, so it's almost over, but it's not too late. But I just found it really peculiar that out of all the things to be doing, like some people are, learning an instrument or another language or doing yoga or at-home workouts. So out of all the things to do, he chose to be a founding member of the Sexy Man Madness Committee. And it was my honor to speak to a member of the committee to get some insight on the behind-the-scenes aspects of the tournament, what goes into it, what the thought processes are, and the status of the tournament. And the more I learned about it, the more I realized that, determining who the sexiest man is isn't just about sexiness, but it's really about human beings and everything that they stand for. So if none of this really made sense, well, you know what? Let me defer to an expert. So let's go to my conversation with one of the founding members of the Sexy Man Madness Committee, Charlie Rono. Well, welcome.
Wow.
Thank you for joining me in my lovely home office.
Okay.
What? How's it going over there? How's roofing? How's quarantine? How's everything?
Roofing is okay. It's a lot of work, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really quarantined myself personally because I work 5 days a week. But other than that, I am quarantined. I don't socialize or go out. So
Justifiable.
yeah, dude, your arm looks huge. Are you working out?
No. The gyms are closed. I guess. I don't know. I got. Yeah, it's all awkward. I got here in my notes a project you're working on that I wanted to talk about. It says Sexy Man Madness. What's that all about?
Oh, Sexy Man Madness. I should get notes for that myself. We just got to talking about it and we're like, I don't know how we came up with this idea, but we're like, well, how funny it would be if there was a 64-man bracket like the March Madness tournament. And we picked 64 of the sexiest men that we can think of and then place them in a bracket. And this was my roommate Tom, one of my best friends, and my girlfriend Yana. We kind of brainstormed this idea during quarantine, and we were like, "What if we could pick the 64 sexiest men, and then like people voted on them in like a poll online, like single poll eliminations, and then basically like winner moves on." And so we did that. We're actively doing it right now. The polls are online right now, and we're in the middle. We're in the Sweet 16 round, And so, but we thought long and hard about who should be in the 64-man list. There's some focus groups. You were involved in that.
I was.
You brought the Rock into it.
Yeah, first round out. I'm a little embarrassed about that.
We ended up the way we seeded it. He ended up going against Jason Momoa, who is still strongly beating that. So far, Jason Momoa has been crushing everybody that he goes against.
It's understandable.
I think right now he's up on Channing Tatum right now, I want to say. Mm-hmm. I mean, so that says a lot. That's Magic Mike.
Yeah, that's a heavyweight fight right there. So right now you're into the Sweet 16 round. What were some of the matchups you had in the past rounds?
Yeah, so we seeded it too. Because once we thought about it, we were like, well, I mean, like in our minds, Brad Pitt was going to demolish everyone. He's actually losing right now to Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I didn't give him as much credit as obviously I should have. But yeah, he's killing it.
But we gave him a really good picture. Like we've kind of decided that we gave him like the best booster pack with his picture. I mean, it looks really good in the picture. I don't know how much that influences people's decisions. I actually ended up surfing a subreddit called Lady Boners, which is like in that subreddit they just post like pictures of hot guys, and they're like, "Look at this guy," and then all the comments are like, "Yeah, I'd let him do me super hard," and they're like, "Yeah, I'd take him any night." And
so you're worried about privacy issues on the chat, but in your web browser history is the subreddit Lady Boners.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I became an active user of Lady Boners, so we had like a fair amount of Black people in there, and then they're like, "Well, holy shit, we don't have any Asians in here," and then we're like, "We couldn't think of any. Can you tell me an Asian actor?"
I mean, yeah, not one that comes to mind of like Sexy Man Madness.
You can't think of an Asian actor, can you? I can't.
Well,
I mean, like a sexy
like Jackie Chan, your Donnie Yen. They're all like kung fu guys.
I don't know. I see exactly. So I don't. And once I got to Lady Boners, they're posting a ton of like hot Asian guys. I was like, oh, I suppose you can edit this, right? I could just go get the list of guys. Are you gonna edit this?
I mean, yeah, you can create more work for me. That's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
What a good pack. You get it.
Go for it. I'll do an ad.
Okay.
All right. Well, he is obviously unprepared. Again, we have another guest who is coming at us vertically, which, guys, stop coming into the chat vertically. Today I'm drinking Rockstar Pure Zero. It's got 0 sugar and lots of stuff that's probably horrible for you. B vitamins, though, and B12 and stuff I can't pronounce. But it's giving me lots of energy to get through this captivating interview that is just thrilling. If you thought the last episode was a barn burner, this one is just turning out to be wow. I'm on a couch right now, but if I was on a regular seat, I would be on the edge of it. Hey!
What are you drinking?
Oh, I just Rockstar Pure Zero, 0 sugar, and lots of other things that are probably really bad for me. Things I can't pronounce. No sugar, though. Anyways, and we're back talking about Sexy Man Badness with Charlie.
Have you trimmed the beard down at all? Do you trim that a little bit?
No. Well, actually, I don't remember if when I talked to you, I did cut above my lip, but that was it. But I don't know if that was before or after you viciously made fun of me. So, okay. So I wake up one day and,
oh God.
And my phone is just like blown up. And I'm not even kidding. 7 different texts.
Oh, just
Charlie telling me how ugly my facial hair is. And then so I'm like, I just go to play it off, and then he follows up with like, No, man, I'm just telling you because I love you. It looks bad. I'm like, okay.
Oh god.
Won't let it go. He's like, you're collecting moisture. You're a danger to everyone. Those masks won't work on you. I'm like, okay.
Oh god. Can't believe you're sharing this with the pod.
Well, all's fair in love and war in podcasting.
Oh wait. Guess I gotta switch the screen around. Flippity do. You flip it. I'm like a grandpa. How is there a flip button?
Oh,
Okay,
I did a thing.
that's the bracket. We have some videos on there talking about it. But yeah, this is how we have. So we kind of we wanted it to be like, let's show 2 pictures of the guys, and then the polls right below them. So right now, Jason Momoa.
He's beating Channing Tatum. That's pretty significant.
But so, like, see these pictures here. The night that we came up with our seating and our finalized list, we had a lot of fun Googling pictures of these guys. And like Yana, Tom, and I like spent an entire night finding like the sexiest pictures of each one of these guys. And then Yana ended up like going through her phone and like she would just grab like, okay, here's 6, pictures of Jason Momoa that look really good. And then she emailed them to Tom. And we have a Gmail doc of all these pictures. And so Tom was Anna was in this room and I was in the other room. And as she was sending them, Tom and I were refreshing the doc and pulling them up. And we're like, ooh, okay, who's coming in next? And then we would be like, oh, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Like, oh, yeah, he looks really good there. And then, so we wanted to like capture their essence and the picks that we were choosing. But the funny thing about it was once we picked the 64 photos that we liked, Tom just saved them on his desktop. So if you look at his desktop at the time, it was just like 64 pictures of hot guys. And like the name of the picture was their name. So it'd be like Brad Pitt, Jason Momoa, like Channing Tatum. And but as they get eliminated, he deletes them off the desktop. And I was looking at his desktop the other day, and it was just hilarious because it was just like in a neat little row across the top of his desktop. He like made a nice, neat little line, like 8. It was like an 8-row line of the final contenders, and then 8 rows below it of the like. It was just hot guys on his computer. Brad Pitt is losing to Charlie Hunnam, and Brad Pitt was our 1 seed.
I mean, that's an interesting picture for Brad Pitt. He's covering half his face.
We just thought it was like a.
Doesn't show his body at all.
Well, the thing with Brad Pitt, we were like, everybody knows who Brad Pitt is. So we're like, we could literally pick any picture of him, and he's going to win this whole thing. I
mean, that theory checking out at the moment.
Look at Charlie Hunnam's picture, though.
I mean, that's hunky right there.
He's showing off a smile. He's a nice tan.
Guns. You got tan, smile, muscles, all in one picture. And what do you have with Brad Pitt's picture? You have awkward. I'm not trying to question the council or anything.
This is another one we didn't expect. Chris Hemsworth is beating Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds was one of my favorites. I believe I voted for Ryan Reynolds. Oh, we can see your vote.
I like both of these guys. I mean, they're both charming, handsome, and hilarious. But I think Ryan Reynolds is sexier, personally. We have him at 2 seed. Chris Hemsworth. So Ryan Reynolds is a 2 seed. Hemsworth is a 3 seed. In this one, Charlie Hunnam is a 5 seed. Can you believe that? He's a 5 seed. Brad Pitt's a 1 seed.
Wow.
This is another upset. This is another 1-seeder that's getting taken out. Oh, it's really close, though. Super close. Elba, he's a 4 seed. He's taking out McConaughey, a 1 seed. This is our only 1 seed that's like killing it still. Ryan Gosling. I think he's going to win it all. He is beating down on Robert Downey. Robert Downey made it to the Sweet 16 as a 13 seed.
I mean, that's a Cinderella story right there.
And then this is another one seater. Leonardo DiCaprio, one seater, is losing pretty badly to Henry Cavill. And his name is pronounced Cavill, like travel. And I know that because we were trying to pronounce it, and I just Googled how to pronounce it. Then he like has a Snapchat or like an Instagram story where he's like, "My name is Henry Cavill, like travel." Run through the original list of 64 guys here.
And yeah, I think it is important for people to know who isn't, in the tournament anymore, because that's just how sexy it's gotten.
Yeah, it paints a picture of how sexy this thing is. And I think it's gonna affect our seating for next year, how it plays out. Yes, I said it, next year.
Wow, is that an official announcement?
Yeah.
I mean, who do you even root for in that one?
It's funny whenever we talk about this, Tom always uses the word versus. I think it's so funny. Like, I don't know why I think that's funny. Like,
this would be a whole different tournament
versus.
if they were fighting each other.
I know, I want like a fighter game of this. I mean, Hunnam could go on to the championship. You know how crazy that'd be?
I feel like Hunnam and Momoa, everyone they've been against, they've won by a good margin. So, yeah,
I know. That's a matchup to tune in for.
Could you imagine if someone on this list like stumbled across this and then they were voting and rooting for themselves?
I know. I wish like that these guys actually knew that they were in this thing, because they'd be. I feel like some of them would be proud. I mean, to know that they're beating all these heavy hitters. Giannis Antetokounmpo made it to the second round. Giannis beat Tom Hiddleston, but then he had to go against Bradley Cooper.
Some people are spending their quarantine maybe learning a new skill or doing workouts or more yoga. You and your friend Tom, and I guess your girlfriend Yana, decided, let's rank the sexiest men we can think of and pit them against each other. Have you gotten any weird responses from people, or is it just people who are like playing along?
Yeah, no weird responses. So I think that's the funny thing about it, is there's like so far nobody has said anything about this being gay at all. But I think that it has a lot to do with like the society that we're in now, and there is nothing gay about it either. I mean, it's it is. I think the one thing we're finding is it kind of, it does feel like this void of this like sports void. Or hold on.
Can you go in here?
Oh.
Can you tell your girlfriend we're trying to talk about sexy men?
I think it makes you think about like, why do we even follow sports? Like when people get really into like the 64 like college bracket, I think it's just because people like brackets or like they like people just like following things and being part of something that's happening. That makes sense.
That's deep.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm learning from Sexy Man Madness.
Who would have thought that something like Sexy Man Madness would really just speak to the human condition, really? With the Sexy Man Madness tournament, it's kind of silly at the same time. So like guys can go on and vote and be like, no way, this guy's sexier, and there's nothing like actually sexual about it. They're just, want to be part of it.
I think it's also like it's culturally okay to objectify men, like sexually. Whereas like if we did it about women, it would be like a no. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Whereas like men, it's like okay to sexually objectify men.
Yes.
Like, well, like okay, if you like sexually objectify a woman, it's bad.
Well, obviously.
But like technically, it's bad for both. But like,
I mean, yeah.
I think because we don't do it with men enough or something. Like I don't know. They outlined some type of measure today about their plan to like end quarantine.
Yeah.
And I tried watching it on YouTube for a second, and then I was like, I can't watch these.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet. But the LA County mayor extended social distancing, like before anyone even said anything. He extended it to May 15th. And I'm like, stop it. But,
Yeah, ours was extended to May 26th today.
I also have on my notes Dungeons and Dragons. What's that all about? Trying to figure out how to do this, and I don't know how. But it's fun. I made a whole setup.
No, I think you're doing a good job. You're a good interviewer. Should keep getting people on.
I mean, basically, and that's how anyone starts. They just bullshit with their friends, right?
Yeah, but I think you continue to have interesting guests on too. Like,
yeah, that was my mistake today. But
well, talking to one of the head members of the Sexy Mad Madness community, so
I mean, well, then say it with some swagger. You're not really carrying a lot of confidence when you say that.
You're talking to one of the head members of the SMMC.
Wow.